Hello, welcome to Triactive Media's PIM normalizer instructions. For those using our Phoenix product, our PIM includes the ability to normalize text specs and text spec values. So each product has a series of text specs. Actually, let me start with that section. So I'm going to go into abrasives and rolls, and I'm going to pick an item. And in the item, you have a series of text specs. Text specs appear with the item on the item detail page. So when I take a look at my item using that little icon, I click and go out, I see my text specs are listed here. These are text specs. When I actually search on the system for products, when you have these left-hand values down here, you'll notice some of them are very similar. These are what we call attributes. So just to clarify, the difference between attributes are the left-hand navigation filterable values, and the actual text specs are listed on the particular product. Okay, so going back to our PIM, in many circumstances, we're uploading information from several different vendors, or maybe people are manually updating this through a spreadsheet using the import-export feature. Either way, sometimes data gets out of skew. So we need to be able or have the ability to normalize our data. So I'm going to choose that same roles category that you saw on the website. And in the category, you'll notice a few things. Abrasive series is listed twice. So as far as text specs go, that means that there are items in the roles category where one of them has abrasive series spelled this way, and another item has abrasive series spelled that way. Same thing with color. Color can be spelled many different ways, all caps, lowercase, the French Canadian way with an U, all different values. So we need to be able to normalize this data, and these are normalizing the actual text spec. So you'll notice over on my right-hand side, I have normalized names, normalize the values, and view sample data. So my initial text spec area when I come in is viewing the text spec name, what appears on my product page as the name of the text spec. So I've marked the abrasive series, both values for abrasive series. I want to normalize my name. You will also notice that when I mark both values, my normalized values becomes unavailable. We'll get into that shortly. When I have two text spec names marked, I have the ability to view sample data and to normalize the names. I first view sample data to make sure that I am really looking at the same values, right? Because there are many text specs that appear very close to being the same value or the same text spec, but they might be slightly different. So we allow sample data to appear so you can say, yes, these really should all be under the same text spec. Okay, then we have the ability to normalize the name. So this gives me the sample series, and then I get to say what these values should be normalized to. So I'm going to keep the abrasive series in the uppercase, lowercase format, the one of normal print view. And I'm going to basically take these items with a text spec, all uppercase, and I'm going to basically rename that text spec name abrasive series. So what that does is when I go back in here, I click normalize, and now I only have one value. So all my items are now marked abrasive series. Same thing if I go into the abrasive series here, and you'll see I have the normalized values available to me. I'm going to check out the values in that series. So we'll see, same values. Here is, an item with the value spelled the way I want it to be spelled, and then an item with the value spelled not the way I want it to be spelled. So I can actually take these two and I can choose to normalize, right? So I'm going to choose to normalize them, and it says, okay, well, what do you want to normalize them to? And I'm going to spell it as Blaze Plus, and I'm going to hit normalize. And now you see I have one section of data that says Blaze Plus. And when I go back into my products, and I looked at my abrasives and my rolls, I'm going to look at this particular item. And this one was the one that had the abrasive series, all capitals, and the abrasive series value Blaze plus all capital letters. You'll see that that has been normalized to appear as all the other type of items. So it's a very easy way to normalize your data. Okay, and go back to text specs. So the normalizer allows me to normalize my data for a given category. I can normalize the names, I can normalize the values. And before I normalize anything, I can view a sample data set to make sure that the values are exactly what I'm trying to do. So these again are colors, and I want to normalize them under one. So you hit normalize name, and then you can type in the value that you want it to be and hit normalize. I'm not going to leave that alone for now. But it's that simple to take a subset of data and normalize content so that your text specs all appear the same on your site. If you have any questions, please visit us on triactivemedia.com. Or if you are a customer of ours, please, you can contact support@triactivemedia.com. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.